Let's go. All right, y'all. This man, I'm gonna talk about something controversial today. How your parents influence you as a child and how that sets up your identity for when you're older. That's a that's an interesting concept I've been playing with. I was in the middle of a meditation and I was trying to figure out why contentment has never been a part of my inner being. And I thought about it for a long time, and I kind of sat there and thought, and it hit me. I've been primed to be great. My uncle, my uncle was like my dad. I was raised in a triplex, and we lived in the back house. My uncle and my aunt lived in the front house. My uncle was always there, and saw him every day, and I was playing pictures of him holding me in his arms with a bottle feeding me. And from a young age, it didn't matter what I did. He'd call me number one. And I never was. Obviously, I wasn't the fastest kid. I was too chubby. I was pretty bright as a young kid. I was in gifted classes or whatever. Always never had to really study. I just did well in school. But he was always so proud of his boys' achievements. And probably when I was about 13, 14, he always started calling me number one. And I'll never forget, I was in like my graduation from university. It took me 6 fucking years to graduate the 4-year degree. Got kicked out of school twice. But every time I'd go home, he still call me number one. And like when he would call me that, I took it for granted, like number one. Bro, I ain't even in the top 10. And I don't know if he knew what he was doing. I don't know if he knew that he was setting me up for greatness, for a mindset that is fucking impeccable. But he was priming me to want to go after it from a young age, until my young adolescence. I remember my graduation, and he's so proud. I was the last one to show up to my graduation. Everybody was seated. The speaker was speaking. I was running or jogging because I was too heavy to run. I'm jogging down, and he sees me, see him turn around and get up, stand up, and I could see how proud he was. And I ran over to my seat. Luckily, I had a seat reserved in the front. From there, I never hit me, right? Like I went into a sales career after university. Right after that, I was ranked number 14 in the nation in my first year in sales for the biggest moving company in the nation. Ranked number 14 against 20-year vets my first year. I was a number one. I never looked back. I wasn't looking at number 15. I didn't care who he was. I was looking at number one, saying, how'd you get there? What do I got to do to get there? Now I'm in this mortgage career, end up in the top 100 of my company, top 5%. I'll be top 1% originator in the nation. Well, I hope so. Scotsman's Guide sent out the criteria. It looks like I'll be top 1%. But I'm looking at the other 99. I'm looking at the 0.0001 up there. Because they got my spot. My uncle, and he ain't a liar. He didn't prime me to be number 100 or number 1,000. He didn't prime me to be number 10,000. He primed me to be number one. Right. When I see my daughter, I'm priming her already. 18 months old. Honey, you powerful, you strong, you aggressive. I whisper in her ear, I appreciate how strong you are. I appreciate your energy. the most beautiful baby in the world, the smartest baby in the world. I'm priming her already because I want her to be the best. Number 2 ain't good enough. We're going to go for number 1. So we got to think about what it's going to take to get there. I'm going to set the path up, reverse engineer the plan to go after it. I'm going to prime Boo Boo. I'm going to prime my daughter from right now. Be number 1. Take your shot. I always look up and always chase and climb and push. And give effort. I'm going to praise her effort. I'm going to prime her to be a rock star, just like I was. Starts at a young age. It's what we teach the next generation. Right? Today's generation, I see a lot of kids, and I'm not an older cat. I guess I'm 30, so I guess I'm old now. But seeing kids get participation trophies, or I heard my coach say that they didn't give trophies at his kid's football game because they didn't want to make people feel bad. That just doesn't work for us. You got to celebrate achievement. You got to give somebody something to strive for. And what you're priming your kids to say that everybody's the same, that's not true. We're not. All of us are unique, just like our fingerprints. We all have unique qualities that make us who we are. We're not all the same, so we shouldn't all be treated the same because we don't have the same effort. We don't give the same energy. We don't give the same effort to an outcome. What I want is different than most people. What most people want is different than what I want. I'm not okay with a participation. I'm not okay with priming somebody to say, be a sheep. I'm not even okay to say, be a wolf, because that's still a pack animal. If you're a fucking wolf, you better be in the front, or you better be all the way in back, pushing everybody to go forward. Not in back because you're trailing, but you're back because you're hurting and you're helping. You're helping promote, because that's a true leader. That's what a true leader does. So I'm gonna continue to prime my mind. My uncle's not here. I don't have anybody to tell me I'm number 1 anymore. So I prime my mind every morning in meditation with my 3 moments of gratitude. And I'm gonna break through my mind so that I can continue to push harder, give the effort. And when I'm tired, I could remind myself subconsciously, because I'm already primed, that I'm chasing greatness. I'm gonna teach that to everybody who I'm influencing. Prime your mind. And if you didn't have it as a kid, that's okay. Because it can start today. Prime yourself to become who you want. Remind yourself every morning, I'm fucking great. Whatever it is that you're chasing, tell yourself every day that that's who you are. Because that's who you're gonna become. Let's fucking go.